Gurudev used to come every year to our school in Badger, California, and every student had to tell him at least one verse. And I came 1 year late because I was in India most of that year. So I just came right before the festival. But I had learned one verse quite a while back, and because I already knew it, I just chose that one to say in front of Gurudev. And that was what Maharaj also already mentioned yesterday. Pado yadiyo katama dvitiyo, dvitiya turyo katito yaduru, navistata panchama eva shasto bhujantaram do yugalam tatanyo, kanthasta raja navamo yadiyo mukara vindam dasanam prapulam, ekadasho yasya lalata patakam, shiropito dwadasa eva bhati, tamala devam karuna nidhanam, tamala varnam suhitavataram, apara samsara samudra setum bhajamahe bhagavata swarupam. Maharaj already explained that in this verse we hear the explanation of how the Swarup of Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different than the Swarup of Shri Brajendranandan Shri Krishna. It is said the first and second cantos are his beautiful lotus feet, the second and third cantos are his beautiful lotus thighs. First and second, third and fourth. The fifth canto is his navel. The sixth and seventh canto is his, sixth canto is torso and chest. And 7 and 8 are his arms. 9 is his beautiful lotus throat. 10th canto is his smiling, beautiful lotus face. 11th canto is his forehead, and the 12th canto is his crown. And right before I was about to say this verse for Gurudev, I didn't really know any of the meaning or significance, and I asked Madhav Maharaj, who was right there, what is the significance of the 10th canto being Krishna's lotus face? And Sripad Maharaj said, the face is the face has the eyes, and the eyes are the doorway to the soul. Most beautiful part, the most important part of everyone's body is their face. He gave me only that simple answer. Anyhow, because I have no practice in speaking in front of many Vaishnavas, I don't know what else to say. My mind is blank, but I'm offering this shloka to Maharaj's feet. I don't know what to do.
Hare Krishna. Prem Prabhu ki jai. But now you have to learn the 10 symptoms of Bhagavatam. Sarg Visarg Sthanam Poshnam Uti Manvantra Ishanu Katha Nirodh Mukti Rashraya. This verse. First canto Bhagavatam. Okay, girls, one bhajan. First canto. This verse. 10 symptoms. Quickly.
मेरे बांके बिहारी राम मुराद का, प्यारा लागे तेरा पत का, प्यारा लागे तेरा पीला पत, तेरे गाँव में बेचंती माँ, तेरे गाँव में बेचंती माँ, तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी प्यारी, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी, मेरे बांके बिहारी मेरे बांके बिहारी राम, तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी प्यारी, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी, तेरे मुरलिया पे दिल मेरा टिका, तेरे मुरलिया पे दिल मेरा टिका, प्यारा लगे तेरा नीला पतका, प्यारा लगे तेरा नीला पत, तेरे गुंगार वाले तेरे गुंगार वाले तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी प्यारी, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी, मेरे बांके बिहारी राम, तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी प्यारी, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएंगी, तेरे कमरिया पे मन मुराद का, तेरे कमरिया पे मन मुराद का, प्यारा लगे तेरा काला पत का, प्यारा लगे तेरा काला पत, हो तेरी मेरी चाह, हो तेरी मेरी चाह, तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी प्यारी, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएगी, मेरे बांके बिहारी मेरे बांके बिहारी राम, तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएंगी प्यारी, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएंगी प्यारी, नजर तुम्हें लग जाएंगी, जय गोविंद जय गोपाल, 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 जय गोविंद जय गोपाल।
वेरी गुड। अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। अनर्पितं चरिञ्चिरात् कारुण्यवतेन कलौ समर्पयितम् उन्नतजरसां स्वभक्ति श्रियम्। हरिपुरसुन्दरदुती कदम्ब सन्दीपितः सदा हृदये कन्दरेषु सुरतवै सच्चिनन्दन। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनविरह कातुराजुवाः। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तर्वो विनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्यै क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्न वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। दिव्यर्विन्दनकल्द्रुमदा श्रीमद्रत्नकरसिंहासनस्थौ श्री श्री राधा शिला गोविन्देवाय प्रेष्ठाल्यभिः सेव्यमानं स्मरामि। श्रीमन्रासरसारम्भे वंशीवटतटस्थिता कर्षन् वेणुशनैर् गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियसुतः। अतः सर्गविसर्गादिनवलक्षलक्षितं कृष्णाख्यं परमधाम जगद्धाम नमामि यत्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। लाउडली हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भागवत कथा सप्ताह प्रायण। Yesterday we heard the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam and some glories of Sri Shukdev Goswami, who is Sri Shuka, and that Sri Shuka is Uvacha, is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. Even though Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from the form of Krishna, but Srimad Bhagavatam describes the glories of Radharani. And who can describe the glories of Radharani? Radha Priya Jan. Someone who is very near and dear to Radharani can describe, and one who is intimate to Radharani can only describe the qualities of Radharani. So, Anvavyati, directly or indirectly, everywhere in Bhagavatam, the glories of Radharani is being described. Therefore, Shri Shuka Uvacha, dear parrot of Shri Radharani, can only describe the qualities of Radharani. Srimad Bhagavatam. We also heard Shri Sut Goswami speaking Bhagavatam Katha to Shaunak Rishis at Naimishranya. The question was being asked to Sut Goswami, and answer to those 6 questions, Shri Sut Goswami described the Sarga Leela, the Visarga Leela, Bhagavatam, which is having 10 symptoms. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam is Mahapuran. So Sarga Leela, starting from 3rd canto, Visarga Leela, 4th canto, Sthanam, 5th, Poshanam, 6th canto, Uti, 7th canto, Manvantra, 8th canto, Ishanukatha, 9th canto, Nirodha, 11th canto, and Mukti, 12th canto, and Ashraya, 10th canto Bhagavatam. Dashme Dashmam Lakshma Ashrita Ashrita Vigraham. 10th canto is the Ashraya, means the shelter of all other cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, Shri Shukha Uvacha. Shri Vidurji met Uddhavji, and the glories of Vidurji has been described as Tirth Kurvanti Tirthani. Shri Vidur met Uddhavji and wanted to hear the glories of Krishna, the pastimes of Krishna. What happens when two sadhus meet together? What they discuss? What's happening with COVID?
Talking about Krishna.
When the two sadhus meet together, they have only one business to discuss. That's topic of Krishna. And no matter if they hear any news of this material world, they are very daksha, they are very expert to relate that with Vaikuntha Vartha. Means the news of Vaikuntha, the news of Golok Vrindavan. We saw how Srila Gurudev, how Srila Prabhupada, and also saw Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj. When hearing any worldly news, they are so expert and daksh to drive the meaning from Vaikuntha Varta. Because these personalities, they are Vaikuntha Varta Vahak. They are the carrier of Vaikuntha Varta. Vaikuntha Varta means the topics of Vaikuntha. When we say topics of Vaikuntha, that means topics of Krishna. Shri Golok Vrindavan is also been described as Vaikuntha, where there is no kuntha at all, where there is no negativity, there is no envious mood. When two sadhus meet, they pacify each other separation mood. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Gambhira with Sarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai. What was their point of discussion? Mahaprabhu feeling separation from Krishna. Shri Sarup Damodar Goswami and Shri Ramanand Rai singing those songs from Chandidas Vidyapati, Shri Geet Govinda from Jayadev Goswami, and enhance mood of Mahaprabhu, make Mahaprabhu more crying. That's not polite, right? If someone is crying and you make that person more crying, that's the best service to acharyas. To enhance their mood in remembering of their Ishta, their worshipable. That's the topic. When Shri Mahaprabhu met Shri Ramanand Rai at Godavari, there was only one topic to discuss. And this is the only topic we have to discuss when we come across sadhu. They do discuss according to our understanding, our qualification and our situations. What's happening with our life. But that's only external. Just introduction. But finally they come to this level of making us understand, being a well-wisher to us, the topics of Krishna. Krishna smaran janchasya preshtam nij sahitam tattat kathar kurjar vasam brajay vasam sadeva. That's the only purpose. So Vidur and Uddhavji, they met together. Vidurji said, "Hey Uddhav, I'm hearing so much all these material topics, what's happening there in Hastinapur. And I'm fed up, I'm tired of hearing this. Uddhav, please speak some Krishna Katha. Uddhav ji, just by remembering what Vidur asked him to speak on, he started weeping and crying. Because Uddhav ji from his childhood used to play with deity of Krishna. While sleeping, putting Krishna deity on his chest, bathing them, and was in love with Krishna from his childhood. Uddhav ji said, "Oh Vidur, Maitre ji will speak Krishna Katha to you. He is waiting for you." So Bhagavatam, a very beautiful description of Vidur Maitre Samvad. Vidur ji is recipient of the mercy of Krishna, whereas Uddhav ji is recipient of the mercy of Radharani. Understand? Vidur ji got mercy of Krishna, very near and dear to Krishna. And Uddhav ji, Shri Uddhav, he went to Braj and saw the glories of Radharani. So when Vidur and Uddhav Samvad, when Vidur ji met Uddhav, some little discussion about Krishna, but in detail it is described in Vidur Maitre Samvad, Vidur ji and Shri Maitre ji. Shri Brahma ji got birth from the navel of Lord, and he is only hearing a word, tapa, tapa, tapa. Brahma ji is not understanding. Who is my origin? But someone is indicating me to perform tapa. Tapa means tapasya. So Brahma ji performed tapasya, penances for thousands of years. And then Krishna, being pleased to Brahma ji, gave him initiation. On his flute, chanting the mantra, cling. Brahma ji got this initiation, and all realization, knowledge, jnanam param guyam me yad vigyan samanvitam sarasynta nanganam. Brahma ji got everything from Krishna. Not only jnana, knowledge, but vigyan means realization of that knowledge. And the secret to get entrance into that realization. Brahma ji got Chatushloki Bhagavatam from Krishna. Then Brahma ji asked, Prabhu, how can I serve you? And Bhagavan gave this task of creation to Brahma ji. So there are two kinds of creation, Sarga Leela and Visarga Leela. Krishna, Mahavishnu, is the source of all creation. Brahma ji is only assisting with the ingredients, sub-creation. Brahma ji is although creator, but not ultimate creator. Acting as upadan. Whereas prime reason is Mahavishnu glancing over Maya. Then creation is there. But when Brahmaji got this order from Krishna to create, no creation was getting successful because it was Manas Srishti. Brahmaji was creating from his mind. But he was lamenting a lot. I am not able to serve my Lord. What shall I do? And then a male and female appeared from the body of Brahma. Swambhu Manu and his wife Shatrupa. They both prayed, "O Father, how can we serve you? And Brahmaji was so pleased to hear this verse. Bhagavatam described, oh, because you asked this, how can we serve you? I'm so pleased to hear this. That should be the duty of a son or disciple, to ask his worshipable, how can I serve you? At the time of initiation or other times, a disciple is supposed to ask Gurudev, Gurudev, how can I serve you? What you see in me? Because yogyata vichare kichu nahi pai, tomar karuna sa. If I think I'm qualified to do something, then I'll be foolish, number one. I have no qualification. Because I have material motivations, I have material intentions. How can with that material intent or material motivation we can serve someone who is transcendental and spiritual? Not possible. So yogyata vichare kichu nahi pai. If you see any qualification in me, you won't find any. But I know, tomar karuna sar, with your karuna, with your mercy, with your desire, I can serve you. At least I can try to serve you. I know it's you who's giving me potency and strength to serve you. But your areas of service is too broad. Which area of service you want me to serve you? Shri Guru, he sees the qualification as Shri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Just by glancing over him, his Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ordered him to go and preach in Western world in English language. That order itself is the transmission of potency in him. When Guruji gives order, a specific order, seeing a qualification of specific disciple, the potency to accomplish that order is already present in that order. So this is something we have to ask, Gurudev, how can I serve you? So Brahmaji was so pleased and he said, O Swayambhu Manu, I want you to obey this order, the same order I received from my Prabhu Krishna, creation. Swayambhu Manu said, we can serve you in creation, but where I'm going to put jivas? Because earth is in water. Earth lost her position. Earth is in water. How can we serve you? Where are we going to put the jivas? And Brahmaji is wondering, how can I serve? In service, there is always so much problems comes. No, always. When a disciple say, Gurudev, I'm not accomplishing any problem, I'm not coming through any problem in your service, Guru immediately understand you're wrong. When Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he used to send his disciples to preach. Not to everyone, but on some particular examples, Srila Prabhupada used to ask, how was the preaching? They used to say, Prabhupada, very successful. So many people came. Prabhupada said, that means you have not spoken my words. If you're saying many people came in the program and preaching was successful, that means you not repeated my words, you added something from yours. Because my words, what I speak, cannot digest. Many people cannot digest that. So many people cannot come to hear the bitter truth, and especially the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, which has so many details and in-depths and gradations and comparative studies. Srila Prabhupada, he used to churn the words of Shastras and making comparative studies. When comparison is there, that doesn't mean comparison is there to minimize someone's quality, but to highlight the specialities. That was the idea of comparison. Srila Prabhupada used to introduce that, comparative studies. As our Srila Gurudev, he used to say, Namacharya Haridas Thakur used to chant how many names? 300,000 names every day. And how many rounds? Rupa Goswami Pad chanting? Not even one round. Not even one mala of chanting. And Srila Haridas Thakur chanting 300,000 every day. Wow. Who's superior? One who's chanting 300,000 is superior? No, this is comparative study. If we understand this from our material perspective, then we may commit offense. Both are glorious. But from the neutral perspective, Shri Rupa Goswami Pad chanting one time Hare Krishna, and he get unconscious for weeks and for days. Shri Shukdev Goswami Pad, he didn't utter the name of Radharani directly in Srimad Bhagavatam. Indirectly. Why not directly? Because 6 months, murcha, unconscious. If you would have uttered the name of Radharani, unconscious for 6 months. But Rupa Goswami Pad, in his books, he is describing the glories of Radharani in detail. Why? We're going to hear the answer of this question on 18th and 19th August in upstate in the festival. The glories of Rupa Goswami. So, Guru chooses a disciple. When there is problems in service, that's natural and spontaneous. Brahmaji was worried. Oh, I'm trying to serve my Gurudev, my Prabhu Krishna. But now again this problem, earth is in water. It's drowned in water. What shall I do? And then again Bhagavan, he have helped Brahmaji. And one small size of hog emanated from the nostrils of Brahma. Fell on the ground, but assume a big, huge form touching the sky. And that's Shri Vara Bhagwan. Bolo Shri Vara Bhagwan ki. Shri Vara Bhagwan. So, the description of Shri Vara Bhagwan, very important in Srimad Bhagavatam. The place where Shri Vara Bhagwan appeared and took the earth on his tusk and kept on his origin, that's very near to Shri Vrindavan Dham, 4-hour drive from Vrindavan Dham, the place called Sunai. When I came to US from India, we were on this pilgrimage. There's 4-hour drive from Shri Vrindavan Dham. Very, very auspicious place where Shri Vara Bhagwan appeared. The appearance of Shri Vara Bhagwan. This pastime is described in detail in Srimad Bhagavatam. एक लीला करे प्रभु करे पांच सात. With one pastime, Bhagwan accomplished many pastimes. So once upon a time, Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha was stretching his arms. Cracks. Lakshmi ji asking, what's happening, Prabhu? Why are you cracking and extending like this? He said, Lakshmi ji, so many days passed. I want someone to fight with. Bhagwan have desires. Why we have desires? We are part and parcel of Bhagwan. He is full of desires. But our desires is a cause of bondage in this material world. And desires of Bhagwan is a cause of release of our bondage from this material world. That's the difference. If he desires something, that's auspicious for the entire world. If we desire something, that's our bondage. So, we should not have any desire. Is that correct? No. So there is 3 levels. Like, if you go in any office, in an elevator, there's level -1, -2, -1, then it comes 0, then come 1, 2, 3. So we should not have any material desire. That's true. That's -1. We should be devoid of any desires. That's the other process of the yogis. That's 0. We are still on ground floor. Grounded. Very important to be grounded. But there is another level. We have to get elevate from that 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4. That means desires have to be there. And Rupa Goswami Pad told, Anya Vilashita Shunyam, not Anya Vilasha Shunyam. There should be desires. But how to learn those desires? We have to take shelter of our acharyas. Shri Narottam Thakur, Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur. The song book, the entire song book is full of desires. Kabe habe bolo se din ayama. Oh, when the day will come in my life. When I'll be devoid of all offenses, I receive the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Desires. Gauranga bolite habe ulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite na yane babenira. Oh, when the day will come in my life, when chanting the name of Hari Hari, the tears come in my eyes, feeling separation from Lord. Desires. Yeah. So mostly songs written by our acharyas, they are teaching us to have desires, but this kind of desires. That's why it is very important to read. If we can't sing, we can read those songs to develop that nature of spiritual desires, the longing desires. Everything is longing for. I'm longing for this. I'm longing for that day. I'm waiting for that day. These desires. So if we get aligned to these desires, then byproduct of that, the other desire get faded. So every day, just we say Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya. In the same way, every day and every moment, not every day, Nityam doesn't mean, Nityam means eternal. Eternally keeping those desires in the heart, no matter whatever qualification we have. At least desires is there. Desire for high. Gurudev taught us this. Don't desire for something low. desire for something which is high. Because when we desire for something high, we will strive, we will work hard. The abhideya process, the practice process, will also get that proportionately elevated to that standard of achieving that elevated position. This all happens because of desires. So, Bhagavan Narayan, with all opulences, and in the 6 opulences of Lord, one is Virya. Aishwarasya, Samagrasya, Virasya, Yasasya, Shreya. Virras. He has so much strength. So he wants to fight with someone. But who will accept this challenge of Lord in Vaikuntha to fight with him? Because everyone is fully aware of the strength of Lord and the glories of Lord. Who wants and who will develop this mode of ignorance and passion to have desire to fight with Lord? No one in Vaikuntha can have this. But the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, Jai and Vijay, because there is tadatme, means oneness with their Prabhu, they heard this in their heart and they were discussing, oh, our Prabhu wants to fight. So we are ready to fulfill his desire. But in Vaikuntha, there is no ignorance and there is no passion. And for developing the fight spirit, one needs to have mode of ignorance and mode of passion prominent in oneself. All this. Why we have different moods? Because of different modes of nature. When we are in a mode of goodness, we are more stable and grounded. And we understand every situation of life with very sober mood and very balanced. Moment the mode of ignorance and passion prevails or dominates over mode of goodness, then there's some imbalance. And that imbalance affects the emotions also. I'm getting passionate. I'm ignorant. Then decisions will be not correct. But when the mode of goodness prevails, then decisions are different. This we feel, we realize, we can realize this in our daily practices. Self-judgment. Whether I am in a mode of goodness, passion or ignorance, when I am taking a decision. So better wait. It's advisable, it's wise to wait to take a decision. Wait for the time and take decision in the morning. Night decisions are mostly passion and ignorance. Morning decisions are just saying. It depends to person to person. Therefore, Shri Jai Vijay prayed for them. And Bhagwan's potency Yog Mayaji, she arranged all the pastime so that Bhagwan, means Narayan, he can relish what he wants. All the desire may come true, what he wants. So, ek lila kare Prabhu kare 5-7. In one pastime, he accomplished many pastimes. So, Brahmaji is also worried for his first sons, the 4 Kumaras, who are absorbed in impersonal Brahm. And Brahmaji is not happy with this. How can they be in impersonal Brahm? Means that Bhagwan has no form, he is Nishaktik, he is Nirakar, he has no form. There are many sampradayas, many sects. they speak about this. Bhagwan has no form. Oh, Bhagwan has no form. Then why we have so many forms, so many varieties in this world? No, this is mentioned in Vedas. Are Baba, what mentioned in Vedas is, Veda speaks everything indirect. We have to understand the meaning of Veda. They speak indirectly. What is the meaning? That his Nirakar means he has no form. That's not the purport, that's not the meaning of the word Nirakar in Vedas. Nirakar means is a very special features, very special form. Not of any material world, but from spiritual world. Nirgun means Bhagwan has no qualities. Can it possible? He has no qualities. Or you have form, you have form, you have form, you have qualities, and your origin has no qualities? Yes, Gurudev used to say, there's so many beautiful flowers. You see, there's so many animals. Peacock is so beautiful. So all these birds, plants, flowers, there are so many varieties and they are so colorful. And the origin of this Supreme Lord, how beautiful is it? Nirguna means not that he has no gunas, no qualities, but Nirguna means he is beyond three modes of nature. He is situated in transcendental Nirguna state. That's Nirguna. So being impersonal, Bhagwan is impersonal. Four Kumaras were absorbed in that. Brahmaji, being their father, was not happy with this. So Brahmaji prayed to Bhagwan, can you change my sons from impersonal form to the personal features of the Lord? They can understand your qualities, your form and their pastimes. So this was the desire of Brahma. And Bhagwan also had his own desire to fight. So with the inspiration of Yogmayaji, what happened? The four Kumaras, they got attracted by a fragrance coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. Where the fragrance of the lotus feet of Lord and the fragrance of the tulsi which is offered at the lotus feet of Lord mixed together. Tasarvind Nainasya Kanjalka Mishra Tulsi Makranda Vayu. The fragrance came in the nostrils of four Kumaras and they got so much attracted. You know, Krishna is also get attracted to smell. What? Gandhod Madit Madhava. One of the qualities of Radharani, amongst the qualities of Radharani, one is Gandhod Madit Madhava. So much fragrance emanates from the transcendental body of Shri Radharani. Bhagavatam explains those Devis in Swarga, they don't need to put any perfumes on their bodies. They are naturally, they have this fragrance of lotus, naturally. But they are still Devis. But Radharani, served by those Devis, I'm going very simple because here audience can't go in that deep to understand. So keeping it very simple. There's so much fragrance which emanates all the time from the transcendental body of Shri Radharani, which even makes Krishna bewildered. So Gandhod Madit Madhava. The Madhav means Krishna, who is also very fulgent. And so much fragrance also emanates from his body. But he get attracted to smell. Similarly, there's always and always and always, not once a while or 1 hour or 1 minute, but eternally. That's the body of Supreme Lord. Always fragrance emanates from his lotus feet. Plus that tulsi which is offered, it enters in the nostrils of the four Kumaras, and they got so much attracted and they start falling. Oh, from where this fragrance is coming, they start falling there. And they end up to Vaikuntha. They cross the 6 sections of Vaikuntha. There are 7 doors. If you go to any South India temples, you'll see this. There's not only one gate. There's a speciality. If you go to Vrindavan Dham, you visit any temple, Madan Mohanji, Govindji, Gopinathji, you don't have to cross many sections. Very straight. Because it's more personal and intimate. Just you step over the threshold and you can see Radha Govindji ki jai, Radha Gopinath ji ki jai, Radha Raman ji ki darshan, all those darshans. But Vaikuntha is more, the mode of opulence is there and some reverence mood is there. That means some distance is there. Lord Narayan cannot come and just embrace any of his devotee like this. Not like that. There is some distance. They come from far distance, pay obeisances to Narayan, and Narayan mild smile and very merciful glance over his devotee. Whereas in Vrindavan, when any sadhaka, any practitioner gets perfection, like the example of Shri Gop Kumar in Srimad Bhagavat Amritam, when he got perfection, he entered in the pastime of Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. Yeah. When Krishna was coming with his cows, and Gop Kumar entered in that pastime, there was no gatekeepers, no dwarpals, there was no sections to cross one by one. He just entered there, and Krishna is right in front of Gop Kumar. And Krishna embraced Gop Kumar. Embrace. When Mahaprabhu, Shri Guru, Shri Krishna, when he embraced his devotees, that has lot of significance. We see in the pastime of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he met Sanatan Goswami Pad, who have boils all over his body. Shri Sanatan Goswami Pad, feeling little distance from following that Rajpath, that road, that path which is connected to the entrance of Lord Jagannath temple. Shri Sanatan Goswami Pari don't want to walk, thinking high class Brahmins are there and I'm untouchable. I'm Shudra. I worked under a Muslim king. So I'm untouchable because of my association with them. So I don't want to contaminate those high class Brahmins, the priest of Lord Jagannath temple. So Shri Sanatan Goswami Pad, in the scorching heat, used to walk on that sands, the sand, which is so hot. And he got boils. And also when he was coming to Shri Jagannath Puri, he was drinking water from so many ponds here and there. And he got this allergy all over his body. And the pus were oozing from those boils. The whole body was externally appears like contaminated. But Mahaprabhu, when saw Sanatan Goswami Pad, Mahaprabhu immediately want to embrace him. So giving an embrace is a form of affection and love. There is no distance. In Vaikuntha, this is very rare. I'm not saying it's not there. But Vaikuntha, this is rare. But in the pastime of Krishna and Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu is running to embrace his devotee Sanatana Goswami Pad. But Sanatana Goswami Pad, no, Mahaprabhu, please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. My body is filthy. Your body is like a molten gold. Tapta Kanchan. I don't want to contaminate your body. But Mahaprabhu wants to come and embrace Sanatana Goswami Pad forcefully. And Sanatana Goswami Pad is crying and weeping. Crying and weeping. So he was thinking, what shall I do? I want to end up my life. Because Mahaprabhu is not listening to me. Every time he sees me, he gives me embrace. I want to end up my life. But even when first time Sanatana Goswami Pad met Mahaprabhu, he was wearing almost like a Muslim kind of, like lungi and big beard, like a Muslim, क्या बोलते हैं? अरे नहीं, एक मिनट, नेम क्या बोलते हैं? फकीर. Like a fakir. But no one was able to understand that Sanatana Goswami Pad is eternal associate or pure devotee of Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu saw and immediately embraced Sanatana Goswami Pad. When Mahaprabhu met Shri Rupa Goswami, immediately embraced Rupa Goswami at Prayag, at Triveni, the confluence of three rivers. So in the pastimes of Mahaprabhu we see how he's embracing all those devotees, all his eternal associates. And when Gop Kumar entered into Vaikuntha Leela, in Braj, Vrindavan, how Krishna embraced Shri Gop Kumar. And Vaikuntha is little rare, one very special case. A special case, because that's more of opulence mood is there, distance is there. But when Bhagavan himself, he wants to embrace his devotee, that is a very special kind of love and affection. So 4 Kumaras, they crossed those 6 sections of Vaikuntha. But the innermost, 7th section, where Jai and Vijay was present with their weapons, with their club, they stopped 4 Kumaras to enter inside. And 4 Kumaras saw this and they got so angry. Vishamya bhav, partial mood. The point here is 4 Kumaras, they were following the process of Gyan Marg. Very important to understand this. So not only we are hearing the pastimes, but there is some philosophical point here. They were following the process of Gyan Marg for mukti, for liberation. And in the process of Gyan Marg, lust, anger, greed, etc., they are detrimental to their perfection. Although in any practice, even if anyone following Karma Marg or Jnana Marg or Bhakti, all these things are unfavorable. But she, Bhakti Maharani, she facilitates those people who are even on this stage of anger, greed, etc., and elevate them, gradually elevate them and give them perfection. But in those who are following Gyan Marg, little anger exhibiting any anger, immediately falls from the position. But in Bhakti Marg, that's the speciality of Bhakti Maharani. She gives admission, she facilitates everyone in whatever qualification you are. You can still come and worship Krishna. And gradually, all negativity will be washed away by hearing my pastimes. Krishna is saying, Yatha yatha atma parimajat aso mad punne gatha shavan avedana tatha tatha pashyati vastu sukshma chakshu yatha anjan samprayaktam. 11th canto Bhagavatam. Krishna is saying, Yatha yatha atma parimajat aso. More and more you hear mad punne gatha, my glories, my pastimes, which are all auspicious. More and more you hearing, what's happening? You're cleaning that layer which is an obstruction on the covering, as a covering on the soul, to get along with me. That means even on the stage of lust, anger, greed, etc., one is qualified to worship Bhagavan, to perform devotion to Krishna. Shri Jiva Goswami Pad gave example, the last verse of Ras Leela. Vikvidam Brajvedam idam cha Vishnum shadhannato anushunyat atha varneva bhaktim param bhavati pratilabhya kamaha hide rok abshnati acharena dhiraha. The benediction, Shri Shukdev Goswami, you reading, you hearing Ras Leela. So sadhus, they always have this mood of blessings. That's their nature. It becomes their nature. You know, even in this material world, I see when anyone gets like old age, say 70, 80, so anyone coming to them, Hare Krishna, they feel like giving blessings. It becomes their nature. Sadhu nature is always giving blessings. Rupa Goswami Pad, he's saying, Anarpitam charim chirat karunyavatina kalo samarpetam unnatu jarosam svabhakti shriyam. He's describing the qualities of Mahaprabhu, the compassion of Mahaprabhu, the glories of Mahaprabhu. Samarpetam unnatu jarosam svabhakti shriyam harihi pura sundar duti kadamba sandapita sada hriday kandareshu. The fourth line is the blessings. You're hearing so much glories of my Mahaprabhu, I'm giving this natural. It becomes their nature. For those who are interested to following them, means their footstep, or to following their Ishta Mahaprabhu. Sada hriday kandareshu spurito vai sachinandana. I give blessings. Not he's giving in the mood, saying in the mood of blessings, but this is natural. And they are Brahmins, high class Brahmins. So Brahmin always, once upon a time in Srila Gurudev's time, in the Rupa Goswami conference, many sadhu scholars used to come, also Brahmins, high class Brahmins, and plus devotees. They say this is the nature of Brahmins. They always want to give blessings. Rupa Goswami from Bhardwaj Gotra, from Karnataka, high class Brahmin, Rupan, Sanatan and Anupam, 3 brothers. So this is their natural tendency to give blessings. So it came in this verse, Sada hriday spurito, Sada hriday kandrish spurito vai sachinandana. May that Mahaprabhu get spurti in the inner core of your heart. What can be more big blessing than this? So this is their blessing. Okay, I will continue after one bhajan. Just one bhajan. Bolo Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Told you, ready with bhajans.
Alle mohe lage Vrindavan
Everyone, loudly. Yes. Clapping. Very good. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mohan Prabhu, someone wants to sing it. Please come quickly.
This is the best I can do right now.
Jutanikar.
Huh?
Jutanikar.
Huh?
Jutanikar.
निकालता है
Give them mic. Which song, Mataji?
कांधा कंधया नंदलाला ओ मोरे माला ऐसे बजाए मोरे रे मोरिया साधु भरी
When I finish my class, then at the end, you keep sitting here, no problem. It's okay. So Shri Shukdev Goswami, I was describing how Shri Shukdev Goswami has this nature of giving Ashirvad, blessings. And that's why in Mangalacharan verse also, there are three kinds of Mangalacharan. Namaskaratmak, Ashirvadatmak, and Vastu Nirdeshatmak. Mangalacharan means invocating words. So Ashirvad, the blessings is already there, is always there. This becomes a nature. Shri Shukdev Goswami, in many places, in the end of chapters, he's giving blessings. What will happen if anyone hears or recite these pastimes? So bhaktim param bhavati pratilabhya kama. The bhakti will come in the heart, and because of the prem bhakti will come in the heart, the disease of the heart means the lust will go away gradually. Shri Jiva Goswami Pad explains this is the spirituality of bhakti. Maharani, she's so easily accessible, even in the stage of practitioner being afflicted with lust, anger, greed, whatever. But in Gyar Marg, it is not possible. So 4 Kumaras, they are perfect in their process. But still, seeing Jai Vijay block their way entering inside Vaikuntha, they curse the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha, Jai Vijay. You develop that Vishamya Bhav, partial mood. We are seeing you allowing someone to go inside. Someone is carrying a pot of water, someone is carrying charmer, fan, shoes, and you are allowing them to go inside, you are not allowing us to go inside. So they curse. Moment Jai and Vijay receive that curse, they start shaking. And Bhagwan Narayan, without even caring for his opulence or his status in Vaikuntha, he's not like Krishna who just runs here and there, not maintaining his status at all. He jump on someone's shoulder, climb on tree, jump into Jamuna, not wearing shoes. Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha, he has his profile. When he walks, announcement is there. Now, Lord Narayan will quit the assembly. Then everyone stands in honor. And all the sevakas sprinkling the scented water, showering flowers, and he wear his shoes with all diamonds there, and he walk very gentle. And sevakas, they holding umbrella, and they're fanning him, charmer. But when Bhagwan Narayan heard that my sevakas, Jai and Vijay, got cursed, immediately he ran toward the court. Immediately. And he took his Lakshmi, his consort also with him. Not wearing any shoes or for any other facilities. The sevakas, they also ran behind Narayan. What happened to Lord today? Someone is running with umbrella, someone is running with fan, someone is running with flowers and shoes, etc. So the question, why Lord Narayan? We understand he's very close to his sevakas, and they accepted this curse because of him. Why what was the point in not wearing shoes? Because he was thinking, these 4 Kumaras came all the way to have darshan of my lotus feet. So I will run without wearing shoes to show my lotus feet to them. Means Bhakt Vatsal, the affection mood. Everyone is imbibed by their own nature. Bhagavan is Bhakt Vatsal. Affection to his devotees. So that's the affection of 4 Kumaras, because who prayed for them? Brahma. Brahmaji prayed for them. So some reference is there. Therefore, without wearing shoes. And he also took Lakshmi with him. What was the point of taking Lakshmi with him? To show 4 Kumaras, I am not devoid of Shakti. I am always with my potency. And Lakshmi is my Aladini Shakti. My potency, who gives me pleasure. To show that I am not Nishaktik. I am not devoid of potency. I am always with my potency, and she serves me every time. So Lord Narayan came at the gate, and 4 Kumaras, they saw the beauty of Lord Narayan. So beautiful, so beautiful. Sometimes devotees very immaturely say, I don't want Lord Narayan. Krishna is the only my object of worship. That's true. I have nothing to do with Lord Ram. But if anyone can see the beauty of Narayan or Ram, get captivated. Imagine those rishis and Dandakarni. They saw the beauty of Ram and they got attracted to see the beauty of Ram. Those rishis who are self-controlled, and day and night they chanting that mantra, Shri Gopal mantra. So it's easy to say, oh Narayan, oh Ram. No, my worshipable is Krishna. According to Tattva, this is true. But according to what my status is, we get attracted to see many beauties of this world. If we see the beauty of demigods and demigoddesses, we get attracted. Lord Narayan is not less. Very beautiful. 4 Kumaras, when they saw the lotus feet of Lord Narayan, bhakti emanated in their heart. Bhakti emanated in the heart. And what happens when bhakti comes in the heart? The very first thing comes is repentance. 4 Kumaras start repenting. We curse the sevakas of Bhagavan in Vaikuntha. That's very offensive. Repentance. Why this mood was not present earlier when they cursed the Jain Vijay, the sevakas of Bhagavan? Because that time bhakti was not in the heart. And bhakti emanates in the heart when they saw the beauty of Narayan, and especially the darshan of the lotus feet of Narayan. And bhakti flows from the lotus feet of Bhagavan with his eyes full of compassion. The eyes of Lord, the eyes of Bhagavan is always full of compassion. Full of compassion. There is a pain in that vision. The pain of always giving, invoking auspiciousness and giving blessings to the entire world. That's why our Param Gurudev in his Mangal Aarti, what he wrote? Shubha drishti karo Prabhu Jagatera prati Jaguka hridaye mora Sumangalarati. Shubha drishti. That vision is always auspicious. So bhakti immediate, and when bhakti comes, repentance. And there are hundreds of examples like this. When the repentance comes, that's the symptom of bhakti comes in the heart. If there is no repentance in the heart, that means one is far away from bhakti. That's the first symptom. And that mood of repentance helps a sadhaka to cross all other obstacles and focus on one's aim and object. Repentance. Shri Bilmangal Thakur, he got this harsh words from that prostitute. We all know, no need to describe. We all know the story. Shri Bilmangal Thakur. Shri Rupa Sripad addressed him as Sadhaka. Bilmangal Sadhakaha in Bhakti Sami Sindhu. So much attached to a prostitute. But hearing harsh words, he renounced. And he started for Vrindavan. But again he got attracted there. And then he felt repentance. What I'm doing? And what he did? In repentance, he plucked his eyes out. There are so many examples like this. Repentance is a symptom of bhakti. So, four Kumaras thought, oh, they started crying. We curse the sevakas of Bhagavan in Vaikuntha. This is why we are in Vaikuntha. And Bhagavan started glorifying them. Oh, four Kumaras, oh Brahmins, I eat from the mouth of Brahmins. So much glorification. But instead of glorifying his sevakas, Jain Vijay, Bhagavan is addressing them as, they are my sevakas. The aparad of sevakas comes to the master. So it's actually my offense to you Brahmins. Because they are my sevakas. Again and again Bhagavan is saying, my sevakas. They are acting as my representative. So they offended you means I offended you. And glorifying Brahmins so much. I eat from the mouth of Brahmins. So that means serving prasadam to Brahmins means serving directly to Bhagavan. But who is Brahmin? One who absorbed in Brahm is called Brahmin. One who has realization of Brahm means Bhagavan is called Brahmin. Not by birth Brahmin, but by the qualities Brahmin. Means pure devotees. Serving prasadam to them means serving directly Krishna. Once upon a time, years back, at Jaipur there was one king in India called Man Singh. He used to perform yagyas. He has a great longing desire. I want to have darshan of Bhagavan. So he engaged so many Brahmins from morning till evening performing yagyas. Swaha, Swaha. And what we do at the end of the yajna? We offer sweet rice to Yajna Purush Bhagavan. Very condensed sweet rice with saffron and nuts. Delicious. At the end, they put the sweet rice in fire to satisfy, to offer, Yajna Purush Bhagavan. But there was one Brahmin amongst all these Brahmins who was always craving to eat that sweet rice. And he's thinking, why every day all these Brahmins putting everything in fire? I'm not even getting one single spoon to taste this. And it's so difficult to hold myself. And in the last, they always put in fire, Swaha. I can't even take from the fire to eat that. That turns to black. So one day, it's happening every day. So why Brahmins were doing this yajna? To want to see Bhagwan. King wants to see a darshan of Krishna. So once upon a time, that Brahmin, he can't hold himself. He said, very nice cake, so much fragrance is coming. So he took a portion, he steal a portion of sweet rice, and he went back and he ate that. Wow, so nice. Why every time Brahmins are putting this in fire, saying swaha, when they sing swaha, I was saying aha. Why every time swaha, swaha, I was saying aha, aha. And he ate one day. Wow, so delicious. And he thought, I will do this every day. Who's seeing me? No one is watching me. The king, that evening when Brahmin stole the sweet rice and ate, Lord appeared in the dream of the king. He said, I am so much satisfied to you because I eat through the mouth of Brahmins. One of your Brahmin today ate sweet rice. That's why I am so much pleased to you. So here's my darshan. The king was so happy. Oh Prabhu, thank you so much. And next day in the morning, the king came with his entourage to see all the Brahmins. They were sincerely performing yajnas, swaha, swaha. And when the king came on the scene, everyone was a little nervous. Why king is here to check on us? And king said, oh Brahmins, stop the yajna. Stop yajna. I got the result of yajna. Everyone said, really? You had darshan of Bhagwan? Yes. So I'm so happy today. So happy. I want to give so much donations to all of you. But let me know, who is that Brahmin who stole sweet rice and ate? And the one who did this was nervous. No more aha and swaha. He said, maybe he has CC cameras. And he saw. King said, tell me, who's that Brahmin? He thought, oh, maybe I'm captured in the camera. So better, if I did wrong, I should come forward and say. And he said, oh king, I'm so sorry to say, I can't resist myself. I was so eager. I was seeing this sweet rice. So finally I took that sweet rice. He said, really, you did this? He said, yes. And the king fell at his lotus feet. He said, thank you so much. He said, huh? This is a different scene. He said, because of you, Bhagwan appeared in my dream. Because he said, I eat from the mouth of Brahmins. And then Brahmin said, yes, my blessings. Keep on serving sweet rice every day to Brahmins. So instead of doing yajna, he was feeding sweet rice to so many Brahmins. So, Bhagwan is praising 4 Kumaras. In spiritual world, praise is insult and insult is affection. In material world, language is different. Insult means, actually insult. Praise means actually praise, and insult means insult. But language of spiritual world is different. If Gurudev, any Bhagwan praise disciple of devotee, then it's a matter of worry. Maybe I did something wrong that my Gurudev started praising me. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Gundicha Mandir temple, cleaning Gundicha temple, he used to, when he wants to correct someone not doing nicely the cleaning of Gundicha temple, Mahaprabhu used to praise, very nice, you do, very good. And devotee understand, if you're praising me, that means I'm doing wrong. Yes. And where chastisement means affection and closeness. And praise means distance. If Gurudev, if Bhagwan is praising a devotee, just like when Shri Sanatana Goswami Pad, Mahaprabhu is forcefully embracing him, and Sanatana Goswami didn't like this idea. He consulted Jagdanand Pandit, what shall I do? Mahaprabhu not listening me. So I want to give up my body because he's not listening me, and I don't feel like it's not good. Mahaprabhu embracing me and his whole beautiful body. And my body is full of all these wounds and pus, etc. Making his body dirty. He consulted Jagdana Pandit, and Jagdana Pandit, what advice he gave? Soon Rath Yatra is approaching. So, I feel like falling myself under the wheels of the chariot of Lord Jagannath. Mahaprabhu when heard this, he said, hey Jagga. He addressed Jagdanand Pandit as Jagga. This Jagga? He gave you this suggestion? You are my body. You are my property. You have no right to spoil my property. I have to accomplish so much task from my property. Your body is not yours. This is mine. And who is this Jagga? Sanatana Goswami Pad. Oh, the mood behind there is, oh Mahaprabhu, now you understand how much you love Jagdana Pandit. You praising me, saying this is my property, and to your own intimate Jagdanand Pandit, you are addressing him as Jagga. That means there is more intimacy there. So where praise means something is wrong. Like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he gave title to our Param Gurudev, Kriti Ratna. Kriti Ratna means the best jewel. Param Gurudev heard this and he was crying. And he approached Srila Prabhupada saying, I know my incapacities to serve your divine lotus feet. And I know why you gave this title to me. Because you want to encourage me. You want to inspire me. Because I'm lacking in my services to you. And that's why you want me to serve you more and more. Param Gurudev took that words of praise, that title, as something wrong in my services to you. My services to you. Something wrong in that. So the explanation of praise in spiritual world is different. When Lord Narayan praising four Kumaras, they were not happy, but they were surprised to see how Bhagwan is giving so much affection to his sevakas. Jain Vijay addressing, they are my sevakas. Their offense is my offense. That means there is so much intimacy there. And four Kumaras then start praising the Lord. And in those prayers, one word they use as Cheto Alivat. We want to worship you as Ali. Ali means friend. Ali mahe lage Vrindavanani ko. Yes? As friend. That means Sakhi Bhav. That's why the four Kumaras, they are founder of one Sampradaya. Which Sampradaya? Shri Brahm Rudra Sanak Sampradaya. They're founder of one Sampradaya, and Shri Nimba Kacharya, Nimba Dityaji is the Acharya of that Sampradaya. Cheto Alivar means Sakhi Bhav. Very important, prominent in Shri Vrindavan Dham. So, four Kumaras left. Now they are changed. They saw the personal feature of Lord and also the beauty of Lakshmi Devi. And now Bhagwan told Jai Vijay, don't worry. He said, we are not worried that we are going in this material world which is full of ignorance and passion, but we only worry that maybe don't, our only worry is we should not forget you. Bhagwan said, don't worry, you will not forget me. So Jain Vijay, They came as Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu. And second birth as Ravan and Kumbhakara. And the third birth as Shishupal and Dantavakra. Related to this is third canto Bhagavatam, a story that how Kashyapji, who has his wife called Diti, Diti means the mother of demons, and Aditi means mother of demigods. Two wives, same husband, she means Kashyapji. It was about sunset, and Diti was afflicted with lust, and she requested her husband Kashyapji to please satisfy me. Kashyapji said, Diti, that's not the right time. That's the time of Mahadev, Shiva. But Diti forced Kashyapji to serve her, but then later she lamented, what I did. I forced my husband. Even though he forbade me, that's not the correct time. That's very auspicious, that's Brahmurata time. So, Kashyapji cursed Diti, because you didn't listen to me, I curse you. May you have demon-like sons. But now you're lamenting for this. As I said earlier, repentance and lamenting mood is very important on the process of bhakti. That's actually forgiveness. Lamenting and repenting. Forgiven. Because now you lamented for this. I bless you that your grandson will be a pure devotee of Lord. So Diti, he holded two, means Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu, twins in her womb for 100 years. For 100 years, Diti was holding this. And then there was a darkness in the whole universe. The demigods got afraid. What's happening? Why there's so much darkness? But that's the time of Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu taking birth. So first Hiranyakashipu came in the womb of Diti and then Hiranyaksh. But at the time of giving birth, first Hiranyaksh took birth and then Hiranyakashipu took birth. And they became very powerful demons. Because Hiranyaksh, Hiranyakashipu, they are two doorkeepers, gatekeepers from Vaikuntha, Jai and Vijay. Hiranyaksh became so proud of his energy, his strength. He wants to fight with someone. So he immediately went to Swargaloka. He wants to conquer Swargaloka. Any demon wants to show his strength, always wants to go Swarga first of all. To take Swargaloka in hands. And demigods, seeing that Hiranyaksh came to Swargaloka, they all ran here and there. They hide themselves everywhere, every corner. And Hiranyaksh thought, there is no one here? A king cannot enjoy, cannot have fun if there is no subjects. King also needs subjects. He is dependent on subjects. Right? Everyone is dependent on someone. A speaker is dependent on audience. Imagine if there is no audience. Where is Bhagavad Katha? That is another case, like pure devotees, acharyas, like my Guru Maharaj ji. My Guru Maharaj always used to speak Harikatha with eyes closed. He is not seeing if there is one person in the assembly, or 100, or 1,000, or 10,000, or if there is none. He used to close his eyes and speak Harikatha for hours. So when he was being asked to him, why you close your eyes? You don't see audience, eye to eye contact, then to whom you speaking? Guru Maharaj used to say, I speak to my Mahaprabhu for his satisfaction. And if anyone wants to get benefit by this, most welcome, come and sit. But I only speak to satisfy his senses. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. Just to satisfy my Mahaprabhu. Yeah. So everyone is dependent on the speaker, dependent on the audience. Audience depend on the speaker. So Harinaksh saw there is no one, and he roared so loudly, where are all of you? Come here! They were hiding themselves because Harinaksh was very powerful, more powerful than any demigod. Harinaksh became very irritated and desperate to fight. So he came to ocean and challenged Varun Devta. Hey Varun Dev, come, fight with me. Varun Dev said, I'm very old now. Very old to fight. I don't know how to fight. Yeah, but I can guide you. There is one big warrior here. His name is Naraji. He can fight with you. And Harinaksh saw Naraji with Veena in his hand. Yeah. And Harinaksh is carrying club. And so Naraji also carrying something. But that was Veena. Say, come and fight with me. Naraji said, I don't know how to fight, but I can arrange fight. I am very expert in that. So I can arrange a very good competitor. Only Bhagwan Vishnu can kill you. Where is Vishnu? And at the same moment, Shivara Bhagwan, he was holding earth on his tusk. And Harinaksh challenged Shivara Bhagwan. Shivara Bhagwan, he kept planet Mother Earth on his origin, and he took his club and accepted that challenge of Harinaksh. Big fighting. Demigods were scared. And Vara Bhagwan was like playing with Harinaksh because he wants to taste and relish this Virras, his strength. And he was tasting this. But just about to sunset, Shri Brahmaji said, Prabhu, now it's getting dark. The demons, they get more energy in dark because mode of ignorance. Please don't play with him and finish him as soon as possible. Oh, Vara Bhagwan became so pleased to hear this verse of Brahma. Because Brahmaji is fully aware of the opulence of Bhagwan. He knows Bhagwan can kill Hiranyaksh. But here Brahmaji is showing his affection. Please don't play. We can't tolerate. He's being so much powerful and it's getting dark. He become more powerful. Then it will be difficult to kill him. Seeing the affection of Brahma, Vara Bhagwan became so pleased. Because this is what? Aishwarya Shithil Prem Nahi More Preet. One who worship me with opulence mood cannot attain my love and affection. The affection as is present in Braj. Aishwarya Shithil Prem Nahi More Preet. The mood of opulence. When there is mood of opulence prominent, then my affection, my love get dormant. So seeing how Brahmaji prayed for this, Satyam Vidhatum Nidibhritta Bhashitam. That is from 7th canto Bhagavatam. But this verse, this formula applies everywhere. To fulfill the words of his Sevaka Brahmaji, Vara Bhagwan, he forget his mood of tasting the virras. He forgot this. To keep the words of his Sevak Brahma, and he just slapped Hiranyaksh. Just one tight slap. And Hiranyaksh died there. Demigods saw this and they showered flowers on Shivara Bhagwan. Bolo Shivara Bhagwan ki. Shivara Bhagwan. It's very important. How many of you been to South India, Tirupati? Only one or two devotees. Very powerful. Tirupati Balaji in South India. That means visiting there means you're visiting Vaikuntha and seeing Lord Narayan there. So many diamond and pearls all over his outfits and his ornaments. But visiting Tirupati Balaji, darshan of Tirupati Balaji, without guidance of Vaishnavas and with Vaishnavas make lot of difference. That mountain, that Tirupati Balaji mountain, that belongs to Vara Bhagwan. And Vishnu, he asked this mountain from Vara Bhagwan that, hey Vara Bhagwan, hey Vara, can you give me this mountain for some period of time? He said, why? Because I took so much loan from Kubera. Why you took loan from Kubera? Because I wanted to get married and I had no money with me. It's a pastime. You heard this before? No, acha. Okay. Long story, I'll try to cut short. All demigods got confused. Who is Bhagwan? Is Brahma Bhagwan? Or Shiva is Bhagwan? Or Vishnu is Bhagwan? We are confused. Three of them, they are very powerful. So they chose, क्या नाम? जो छाती पे लात वाला? Bhrigu Rishi. Bhrigu, can you go and check and test who is Bhagwan? Bhrigu said, is it important? Demigod said, for all of us, we want to know who is Bhagwan. And Bhrigu thought, Bhagwan means one who is very tolerant. So let me go and check and tease them. Bhriguji came to Brahma. Said, Brahma, you have 4 heads. What is this? It's not normal. 4 head one. Brahmaji became very upset. I'm just telling in short. Very upset. You're my son. You don't know how to speak to your father? Brahma became very angry. And Bhrigu declared, he cannot be Bhagwan. He can't even tolerate my words. Then he went to Shiva. Said, oh Mahadev, what is this? All the time sitting naked, snakes on your neck, half Chandra on your head. What is this? Always keeping trident and all ghosts and witches around you. Mahadev became very upset. You don't know how powerful I am? And took his trident to kill him. Bhrigu ran away from there. He cannot be Bhagwan. Let me check on Vishnu. So Bhagwan Vishnu, where Lakshmiji is massaging his lotus feet, and Bhrigu without even knocking the door is not etiquette. You entering someone's bedroom without knocking. He just opened the door like this and went inside, and without speaking a single word, he just kicked on the chest of Vishnu. And immediately Bhagwan Vishnu ordered his feet. Oh Bhrigu, my chest is very hard, like a stone. Your feet is so soft. Let me massage your feet. Maybe you got hurt by kicking on my chest. And Bhrigu started crying. And he declared, Vishnu is Bhagwan. He is so tolerant. If we abuse him, if we offend him, still he is so tolerant like a mother. Always and always and always forgiving nature. He is so tolerant. With Brahma and Shiva only abusing with words. But with Vishnu just kicking on his chest. So, declared Vishnu is Bhagwan. But Lakshmi ji, she became very upset. What is this? He is not maintaining his profile. He is Bhagwan. 33 million demigods worship his lotus feet, and just randomly anyone come and kick on his chest and you start worshipping that person, what other demigoddesses will speak to me? That's not a profile. Lakshmiji became angry. She said, you're not maintaining your status and profile. Vishnu smiled. Lakshmi, calm down. Be tolerant. Those who are seniors, they're always very calm and peaceful and forgiven nature. That's their nature. Lakshmi is not understanding anything. No, I don't like this idea. I will leave you. Very long story. So Lakshmi ji, finally, she left Vishnu. That's the pastime. Okay? For Bhagwan, this is time pass. For us, it's pastime. So Lakshmi ji left Bhagwan. Now he's sitting idle. And Narad ji came playing on his veena. So Bhagwan, even though Bhagwan is Atma means self-satisfied, but he's just showing off, he's very sad and morose. And Narad ji said, Bhagwan, why are you so sad? What's the matter? He said, Narad ji, Lakshmi left me. So I'm left alone, there's no one with me. Narad ji said, so shall I arrange another marriage? Bhagwan said, can you? Narad said, let me check. So Narad ji in search of a beautiful girl for Bhagwan. So he found Padma, very beautiful. So he arranged. He said, Bhagwan, Prabhu, I found one girl suitable for you. Bhagwan said, but I have no money because Lakshmi ji left me. No Lakshmi. So from where the money? Because my marriage means so many invitation cards, 33 million demigods. Then the Gandharvas and entire universe will come. It has to be grand celebration, no money. Narad said, I will arrange that too. So he went to Kubera. Kubera means treasurer of all demigods. Kubera, Bhagwan wants some loan from you. Kubera said, if he wants loan from me, then he has to come and speak to me. Why you are in between? Then Bhagwan said, Kubera, I need some loan from you. I want to get married. Kubera said, okay, but I believe you. You have very honest profile. You will repay me one day. You're not going to cheat me. So Kuber gave so much money and grand celebration of marriage. Bhagwan with Padma. Grand celebration. But now Vishnu became a little worried how to repay that. Because if we take loan from someone, very important to repay back. If we don't, then there's so much reactions. So much reactions. Srila Bharati Maharaj always used to tell. Immediately repay loan. Never leave body without repaying loan. Otherwise, so much inauspiciousness will come. So anyway, this is a different topic. Bhagwan is thinking how to repay that loan. So he approached Vara Bhagwan, who is the owner of that mountain. Vishnu said, Vara, I want this mountain. It's yours. So what are you going to do? I'm going to sit on the top of this mountain and many of my devotees will come to have my darshan and they give me donations. And with that donation, I will repay your loan. Kuber said, good idea. That's good idea. But Vara Bhagwan said, but I have one condition. You don't have to sit. Keep standing there. If you sit, that means you will never move from there. And one day you have to give me back this mountain. So Bhagwan keeps standing there. He's still standing there. And so many devotees coming in, the richest temple in the whole world. Ministers, the stars from Bollywood and so many people, they just come and offer diamonds and gold and so much cash. You know this hall? Twice size of this hall. If you go and see there. 2 times big than this hall. With glass. Not like it's a transparent. And there are like 30 men sitting there in line and just counting cash 24 hours. In their turns. 8 hour like that. They get paid by the government. They have to just count. And it's endless. So much donation comes there. Yeah. So Vara Bhagwan said, I have 2 conditions. One is, you have to keep standing, you don't sit. Second condition is, anyone who comes here and have your darshan also have to come to have my darshan. Otherwise his darshan will be have no value. So when we come out after darshan, the darshan of our Sripad Balaji is only for how many minutes? Half second only. You have to stand in queue for 15 hours. Everyone stand there in 10 to 15 hours, sometimes 24 hours. And wait for the time to get your turn, go inside. And when you just come in front of the Lord and they move you up, finish. Not even 30 seconds. Just you go in front of Lord and get a glimpse and capture with his eyes. And come out and then meditate. Oh, how was his crown? All diamond and pearls and jewels. Complete opulence there. That's the story. So Vara Bhagwan holds, he owner of that mountain. And right when we come out and exit, there's a temple of Vara Bhagwan. So one has to go. Those who knows this, they definitely go and have darshan of Shri Vara Bhagwan, and then one gets the result, means the benefit, the reward of getting darshan of Shri Tirupati Balaji. So Shri Vara Bhagwan ki jai. In Mathura, devotees go and see Vara Bhagwan, Adi Vara and Shwet Vara. This deity Vara Bhagwan in Mathura, even now, many devotees go and see him. This Vara Bhagwan is from Satyuga. From Satyuga. Shri Ram, he brought this Vara Bhagwan from Swarga and kept in Ayodhya for worship. Later, which yuga? Dwapar Yuga. Mathura was terrified by a demon called Lavnasur. So all the rishis, everyone was so worried and they requested Lord Ram to please come and kill this demon. Shri Ram thought, me, Lakshman and Bharat, we got so much fame everywhere by killing Ravan, Kumbhakarna and so many. How about my younger brother Shatrughan? He should also get some fame. So he told Shatrughan, you go and kill Lavnasur in Mathura. Shatrughan said, Prabhu Ram, I can go, but I need one help. I want this Vara Bhagwan deity with me. Only with his strength, I'll be able to kill Lavnasur. So Shatrughan brought this Vara Bhagwan and installed in Mathura, and then he killed Lavnasur, and Mathura became capital of Shatrughna in Treta Yuga. 24th Chaturyogi of Brahma, that Treta Yuga, Mathura was the capital of Shatrughna. And Shri Vara Bhagwan is there since then. So that Vara Bhagwan deity is not simple and ordinary, is from many, many yugas. Many yugas. Imagine Lord Ram used to have this Vara Bhagwan in his Ayodhya, in his palace. And he gave this deity, Vara Bhagwan deity, to Shatrughan. So there are so many glories of Shri Vara Bhagwan. Without His mercy, we would have not been existing on this planet. So, Shivara Bhagwan ki jai, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai, Shri Shukdev Goswami ki jai, Shri Parikshit Maharaj ki jai, Nitai Gaur Vimanande. You want to end up with one bhajan, you say? Yes. After this bhajan, we are going to have Arati and then Prasad. श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, भजे धीरे 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 यमुना के तीरे तीरे, भजे धीरे धीरे धीरे। ओ श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, श्याम तेरी वंशी, काना तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, काना तेरी वंशी बजे। एक मथुरायुक गोकुल नगरी, एक मथुरायुक गोकुल नगरी, बीच में यमुना बहे धीरे धीरे, बीच में यमुना। वो श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे। इत मधुमंगल उत सुदामा, इत मधुमंगल उत सुदामा, इत मधुमंगल उत सुदामा, इत मधुमंगल। बीच में काना चले धीरे धीरे, बीच में काना, ओ काना चले धीरे धीरे धीरे, यमुना के तीरे तीरे, चले धीरे धीरे धीरे। काना चले धीरे धीरे धीरे, यमुना के तीरे तीरे, चले धीरे धीरे धीरे। ओ श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, श्याम तेरी बजे धीरे धीरे। ओ काना तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, काना तेरी बजे धीरे धीरे। इत में ललिता उत में विशाखा, इत में ललिता, बीच में राधा चले धीरे धीरे, बीच में राधा। और राधा चले धीरे धीरे धीरे, यमुना के तीरे तीरे, चले धीरे धीरे धीरे। और राधा चले धीरे धीरे धीरे, यमुना के तीरे तीरे, चले धीरे धीरे धीरे। ओ श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे। कदम की डाल पे झूला पड़ो है, कदम की डाल पे झूला पड़ो है, राधा और मोहन झूले धीरे धीरे, राधा और मोहन, राधा मोहन। ओ राधा और मोहन झूले धीरे धीरे, राधा और मोहन झूले धीरे धीरे। ओ श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे। ओ काना तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, काना तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे। हम सब आए हैं शरण तिहारी, हम सब आए हैं शरण तिहारी, हम सब आए हैं शरण तिहारी, हम सब आए हैं शरण तिहारी। हमको भी दर्शन मिले धीरे धीरे, हमको भी दर्शन। ओ श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, श्याम तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे। ओ काना तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे, काना तेरी वंशी बजे धीरे धीरे। जय राधे राधे राधे, जय 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 श्री राधे, राधे राधे राधे, बोलो राधे राधे राधे, जय 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 श्री राधे, राधे राधे। राधे राधे राधे, जय 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 श्री राधे, राधे राधे। हाँ बजाओ। बोलो राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे 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 के प्रभु ओ राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे 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 जय राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे 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 बोलो राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे 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 ओ राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा रानी की जय राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय गिव मी दिस ओ राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा एवरीवन स्टैंड अप प्लीज ओ राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा रानी की जय बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय 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 बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय ओ बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय 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 बोलो बरसाने राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा रानी की जय बोलो राधा कुंड वाली की जय 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 बोलो राधा कुंड वाली की जय बोलो राधा कुंड वाली की जय 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 बोलो राधा कुंड जय राधे श्री राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय राधे श्री राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे 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 हो राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा सिंग एवरीवन लाउडली हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे बोलो हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा ओ हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 ओ हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा आरती कृष्णा हरे हरे ओ हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे बोलो हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बोलो हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ओ हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ओ हरि बोल 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 ओ हरि 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 बोल हरि 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 बोल बोलो हरि बोल 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 निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल Yashoda. Sing. Yashoda. Quickly.
Go sing.
These girls. Quickly.
Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Yugala Milan Arati Karo Lalita Vishaki Gan Madana Mohana Rupa Banga Sundar Sambara Suchi Pucha Chura Manuha Lalita Madhava Vama Vishabanukan Neelamasana
Jore Rupe Gune
Nana Vidala Kode Kode Jalamal Hari Mano Vimohana Bandana Uttam Vishakadi Saki Gana Nana Rage Gan Priya Nana Saki Jata Chamaratula Chamaratula Ere Chamaratula Ere
Atulai re chamara tulai re lali namadava vame vishavanukanya vame vishavanukanya
Sing
Gori Rupe Gune Dhanya
Nana Vidala Kode Kode Jalamala Hari Mano Vimohana Bandana Uttam Vishakadi Saki Gana Nana Rage Ga Priyanama Saki Jata Chamaratulai Chamaratulai re Chamaratulai re Radha Krishna Arti Kode Chamaratulai re Shira re Bole Chamaratulai re Arti Karo Lalita Vishaki Gaige Shri Radha Madhava Sarajasiyache Pakata Vinoda Deke Pare Suttabhache Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe 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 Shri Krishna Gopala Hare Mukunda Govinda He Manta Kishora Krishna Shri Yashoda Tanaya Prasida Shri Vallavi Jivannaradikeka Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radhe 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 O Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Hey Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai Hey Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Hare O Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Wow, everybody. Oh, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga Bolo. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Bolo. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Bolo Gaura Hari Jaya Gaura Hari Oh Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari Bolo Bolo Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari Bolo Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaura Hari Jai Gaura Hari Bolo Jai Gaura Hari Jai Gaura Hari Jai Gaura Hari Olo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Jai Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Bolo Jai Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Bolo Nitai Gauranga Oh Nitai Gauranga Bolo Nitai Gauranga Oh Nitai Gauranga Bolo Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Bolo Oh Nitai Gauranga Oh Nitai Gauranga Bolo Oh Gaura Hari Jai Gaura Hari Oh Gaura Hari Jaya Gaura Hari everybody Bolo Radhe Radhe बोलो गोविंद 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 राधे 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 राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय और राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय बोला राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय 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 राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय 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 गोविंद जय गोपाल 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 केशव माधव दीन दयाल ओ केशव माधव दीन दयाल बोलो ओ श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल बोलो श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल ओ गिरिवर धारी जशोद दुलाल बोलो जय गोविंद जय गोपाल ओ जय गोविंद जय गोपाल 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 ओ केशव माधव दीन दयाल बोलो श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल गिरिवर धारी जशोद दुलाल निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे निताय 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 गौर प्रेमानंदे बोलो जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्याम जय श्री गुरु करंग गंधर्व हरि हरि शाधा विरज हरि गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की परमाराध्यतम गुरुपाद पद्म विष्णु पाद स्तोत्र श्री श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज देव की जय जय लीला प्रविष्ट भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय भक्ति विज्ञान भारती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय गोकृष्ण जी महाराज की जय भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जगन्नाथ जी महाराज की श्री रूप सनातन रघुनाथ जीव गोपाल दास रघुनाथ गोस्वामी वृंद की जय प्रेम को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोपिकांत मंडल धाम की श्याम कुंज राधा कुंज मुन गंग तुलसी भक्ति देवी की चरि संप्रदाय चर्याचार्य श्री धाम की आनंद गुद वैष्णव वृंद की गिरिराज गोवर्धन जू की भक्ति विघ्न विनाश कृष्ण श्रीदेव भगवान की भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्रीमद भागवत पुराण की श्रीमद भागवत सप्ताह की श्रीपद सिद्धंति महाराज की समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे कृष्ण केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः